Hey guys, it is that time of the year where everything that is medicinal is starting to bloom on my property, and I need to assess our tinctures, our salves, and whatever else I need or might need to be making now while it's available, so that we've got medicine for the fall and winter and next spring to last us for the next year. So I did already start a comfrey oil a few weeks ago. And so I just made my salve. It is just comfrey. This is great for sore muscles, sprains. Basically, I had organic comfrey that I soaked in avocado oil for 4 weeks. Then I strained it. I did a double boiler with a little bit of beeswax, and I have this just half a cup, and it should last about a year before the oil goes rancid. It takes us about a year or more to go through it. So next year I'll make some more. I've learned to not make too much because then we don't go through it. I just put some yarrow, calendula, and plantain to infuse some avocado oil to make a new batch of salve that would be for like insect bites, rashes, things like that. And now I actually just looked at all my tinctures to see what I need to make more of. I have plenty of cough tincture for now. I'm definitely gonna need to make more sage because this is a fantastic antibiotic. I need more oregano. I will probably make more elderberry, and I want to make elderflower, which is just starting to bloom, but it's hard to take the flowers, make tincture, dry some for teas because that's good for fever, and also make elderflower cordial as a fun, yummy drink that we only get once a year. And then also not take too many flowers so that we have lots of berries so we can make elderberry tincture and elderberry syrup. So I'm just watching all the trees, and we're making plans on how to get to them. The really far deep in the woods ones might be good to grab the flowers from and just leave them for next year. And then the ones that are more accessible, we may just let fruit and get the berries from those. Trying to plan all of that out. I've got so much congestion tincture. I think I have like 10 bottles. I don't need to make any of that for a while. And it's got a 10-year shelf life, so I'm not worried about it going bad. Anti-inflammatory, I have this and a couple of jars. I've got plenty of yarrow fever tincture, enough for probably another year. And so just that, assessing what I have to make. I think as far as tinctures go, I'm gonna make more plantain, more elderberry, more elderflower, oregano, and sage. And everything else we are stocked up on. I've got so much echinacea. It's such a blessing. I was just praising the Lord for that. And so we're good with tinctures. I want to dry several herbs just to have on hand for teas, for when we have colds and fevers and stuff like that, to add to our tea. And I have been formulating 2 new tinctures. I want to make a men's health tincture and a woman's health tincture. I have been researching top herbs that are best for men's health, and same for women. I've already got the men's one down. I know what I'm going to get. I'm still needing to research a little further on the women's. I personally can't do red raspberry leaf. So I know that's one of the top women's health herbs, but I cannot do it. It affects me in a negative way. But red clover is great for me, and so is stinging nettle. So I'm definitely incorporating those in the women's tincture. I just need to find out if there are specific varieties that are better than others. And holy basil is another one I'm really interested in for myself. And then the men's tincture, I'm definitely doing ashwagandha stinging nettle, fenugreek, saw palmetto, and red Korean panax ginseng. And so I'm starting to research companies, make sure they're organic, make sure they're the right variety, the right part of the plant, root, leaf, or flowers or fruit, and just narrowing it all down to what I need so I can go ahead and order it and get these things steeping. And that's really exciting and fun. So I've looked at my fridge and assessed that. Now I'm gonna assess my tea cabinet and see what I got going on in there, what I need to purge, what I need to reorganize, what I need to restock, and all of that. And just while I'm still by the fridge, I've already started my summer drink of, I don't know if you could see it, that red tea right there. I usually put peppermint and lemon balm and hibiscus, but I didn't have that. So I did hibiscus and all of my violet honey and all of my dried elderflower from last year and Celtic sea salt. So it's kind of like a cold brew floral tea with Celtic sea salt, giving it awesome electrolytes. So that's an ongoing drink right now. So is the jamu that I've shown you guys, which is the pineapple, coconut water, turmeric, ginger. I have to make that. I'm just waiting for my pineapple to get a little more ripe. And then still making my apple cider vinegar lemonade. Most days we drink one of those. And then of course kombucha is ongoing. I have not made my honey that's infused with lemon and ginger in a while, but it's on my to-do list because I have all these organic lemons that I need to use. So I'll be making one big batch of that probably tomorrow, maybe today if I feel up for it. And I still have my pickled garlic cloves, which I haven't taken any or eaten any in a couple days, but every now and then I'll just eat one just for a little immune boost. And that's the main stuff going on like that. So I've got my sage drying, which I still have some from last year. So it's gonna be no problem making sage tincture. I've got so much sage. I can have plenty for medicine and cooking. And I think that's everything that I have going on. Yep. So we're gonna reorganize that tea cabinet now. Something else I have to make is topical tick something. In the past, I've just put like oregano oil and tea tree oil in a little container like this. And then we just put it on the bite. There's a lot of ticks right now, so gotta prepare for that. I saved these cool bottles, dried them out for a tincture steeping. And this one, this beautiful tea tree, and my oregano. We can make some tick stuff there. I've got colloidal silver, I've got eucalyptus, lemon, oil, clove. Clove I've only really ever used to make toothpaste with. Peppermint as well. Peppermint, I mean, every now and then we'll like rub it here for headaches, but it's not what I go to for medicine. I usually go to herbs before oils, but I have them. And then I have lemon for like cleaning, eucalyptus for respiratory stuff, frankincense for fragrance in our deodorant. And this stuff's pretty good. Sniff-ease or sniffle-ease. We put it like right here when we're stuffy, and it really does help. But oils is secondary for me. Herbs is primary for sure. I've got my bentonite cream. So really all you do is put bentonite clay in water, and it's like a delicious cooling cream that you can put on any insect wound or cut or anything like that. It's great on infected cuts because it draws out bacteria. And then I've got several little containers for salves, activated charcoal, beeswax, jojoba oil, a lot of empty bottles, and tons of echinacea. Look at all this echinacea. Now they're not in amber jars, but they're in the dark in this cabinet, so they're fine. And then I've got extra anti-inflammatory tincture here, and then a bunch of empty bottles to make more tincture. I guess there was echinacea in here, and I bottled it already. So empty jars, oils, empty dropper bottles, and extra tinctures. So the bottom shelf is all to keep. Here we've got matcha tea, which I could refill. Hibiscus tea bags, which I could jar and move to the like tidy area of my tea cabinet. Rooibos chamomile. And then this is Echinacea purpurea herb, which is not bad. Is this the one that's most medicinally dense? I cannot remember right now. I feel like I couldn't part with this because I felt like it was a investment and I didn't want to get rid of it, but it's not the variety of Echinacea that is most medicinally beneficial. So I feel like I dumped out my Echinacea tinctures that were made with this, and I ordered the correct variety of Echinacea and made a new batch. I have to double check on that, but I feel like Echinacea purpurea, let me find out. Okay, no, my mistake. This is the one that is the most medicinally beneficial, one of the ones. Echinacea purpurea herb, so that's why I kept it. So I definitely need this. I've got some Ceylon cinnamon, which is the most medicinally beneficial cinnamon. I've got, but it's not as flavorful. So then I've got my Cassia Vera cinnamon, which is significantly more flavorful. I use this for baking. Like if I'm gonna make cinnamon rolls, I'm gonna use this, not this. If I'm gonna make a tea, I'm gonna use this because, or a drink, or a fire cider, or whatever, anything like that. I will use the healthier, the one that offers more medicinally, which reminds me, as soon as the peppers come in, it's fire cider season as well. We just don't have peppers yet, but we will soon. And then I've got dandelion root, which I used to make my liver tincture, and milk thistle. So milk thistle seeds and dandelion root combined are both fantastic for liver. So I did that for liver tincture. I've got some sprouting seeds and amaranth, other sprouting seeds. I've had very little success with sprouting. The jar method is significantly more effective in my limited experience than the tray method. The trays have not worked well for me at all. Those are called, there's the sprouting and there's the microgreens. So the tray microgreens, I think I just have the wrong lining or something. I don't know. It's very annoying. And I have more dandelion root, which I could probably combine these two just to minimize the bags. And I have a big thing of thyme, which I've used that for our cough tincture and our congestion tincture. So I need all of this. None of this is to get rid of. I was just curious what was going on in here. But now that I see, I won't be making liver tincture at least for another year. So I'm putting this back there. I'm gonna try some sprouts, see what happens. I've got my cinnamon sticks and my echinacea and all my backup teas. I wonder if I need to restock any teas up here. Chamomile's fine. Matcha definitely needs to be restocked. So I'll fill this in, and if this ends up empty, I don't know if it will, then this is one less thing in this cabinet. And then I'm gonna see if I have any empty jars that I could just put all these bags in up there instead of down here. Although I don't want these to be like, everyone take my hibiscus tea, because people are allowed to like open the top and help themselves to tea. But this is for my very special drink. So I might just leave this down here to hide from my visitors. Good, so we're good. All I need to do is put my matcha tea in there, start some sprouts, and make some tick stuff. drying plantain right now, so this will be restocked soon. Yarrow, I'm gonna gather some more very soon and dry more to keep this really full. Lemon balm is growing. As soon as I've got it growing in the garden, not only will I be adding it to my hibiscus cold brew tea, but I will dry a bunch and save some in here. Dandelion and elderflower. I didn't do much dandelion this year, except for the flowers that I infused honey with. I just wasn't interested in gathering the greens, but there's still plenty out there, so I may do that just to have that on hand in case I need it for anything. And everything else is stocked up. I've got several other herbs up here: red clover, marshmallow, comfrey, lobelia, and then of course my teas that we drink: licorice root, calendula, and chamomile, and some red cherry bark, which is fantastic for cough. So this is all just gonna stay this way. And stinging nettle, of course. I hope it's motivating to you to see how beneficial herbs can be and how fun it can be to make your family's medicine. And with a little planning, you can have everything stocked up. It has such a long shelf life. I hope you try some of these ideas. Let me know if you do and what piques your interest. God bless you guys, and see you next time.